ফ্যাকাল্টি বা স্টুডেন্টস নয়, বাইরে থেকেও আরো অনেকে আছেন। সবাইকে অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ। রবিবার অন্যান্য অনেক কাজের মধ্যে এই একটা ভীষণ গুরুত্বপূর্ণ টপিক নিয়ে আলোচনায় সময় দিতে পারার জন্য। AI, আর্টিফিশিয়াল ইন্টেলিজেন্স, দ্যাট ইজ দ্য বার্নিং টপিক ইন 2025। আজকের আলোচনার বিষয় AI ইন রিসার্চ অ্যান্ড এডুকেশন। আমরা আমাদের মধ্যে পেয়েছি ডক্টর পার্থসারথী মুখোপাধ্যায়, প্রফেসর, ডিপার্টমেন্ট অফ লাইব্রেরি অ্যান্ড ইনফরমেশন সায়েন্স, ইউনিভার্সিটি অফ কল্যাণী, ওয়েস্ট বেঙ্গল। আমরা ডক্টর পার্থসারথী মুখোপাধ্যায়ের কাছে শুনে নেব কিভাবে প্রত্যেক দিনের পড়াশুনো এবং রিসার্চে আমরা এই আর্টিফিশিয়াল ইন্টেলিজেন্সকে ব্যবহার করতে পারি অ্যাপ্রোপ্রিয়েটলি। তার কারণ আমরা জানি প্রত্যেকটা ইন্টেলিজেন্সেরই একটা ভীষণ ভালো আবার একটা খারাপ ব্যবহার হতে পারে। কাজেই বুঝে বা না বুঝে কোনোভাবে যেন এই ইন্টেলিজেন্সের অপপ্রয়োগ আমরা না করে ফেলি। আমাদের অফিসার ইনচার্জ ম্যাডামকে আমি অনুরোধ করব ডক্টর পার্থসারথী মুখোপাধ্যায়কে ওয়েলকাম অ্যাড্রেস করার জন্য। ম্যাডাম।
থ্যাংক ইউ পারমিতা। শোনা যাচ্ছে তো আমাকে?
হ্যাঁ ম্যাডাম।
ইয়েস ম্যাডাম।
সবাইকে জানাই শুভ দ্বীপ্রহ। আমরা অত্যন্ত গর্বিত যে আজকে আমাদের মধ্যে প্রফেসর ডক্টর পার্থসারথী মুখোপাধ্যায়কে পেয়েছি। পরিচয় তো পারমিতা একটু দিয়েই দিল। আমরা সত্যি ওনাকে পেয়ে খুবই ধন্য মনে করছি এবং আজকের দিনে এই অনুষ্ঠানটা অত্যন্ত জরুরি। আমরা সবাই একটু না একটু হলেও এআই এর সঙ্গে পরিচিত। আমি নিজে ব্যক্তিগতভাবে যখন এসএসআর লেখা হচ্ছিল তখন দেখছি যে 500 শব্দের মধ্যে লিখতে হবে, তার বাইরে চলে যাচ্ছে একটু চ্যাট জিপিটি হেল্প নিয়ে সেটাকে 500 শব্দের মধ্যে নিয়ে আসলাম। এরকম নানান ভাবে অনেকে একটু একটু করে হয়তো ব্যবহার করছি, কিন্তু যেটা পারমিতা বললো সেটা অত্যন্ত গুরুত্বপূর্ণ যে কোনটা প্রয়োগ আর কোনটা অপপ্রয়োগ। কারণ ইদানিং খবরে অসম্ভব অপপ্রয়োগের কথা শোনা যাচ্ছে। কোনো বিখ্যাত কণ্ঠশিল্পীর তার স্বরকে আবার এআই দিয়ে ব্যবহার করা হচ্ছে, তারা প্রতিবাদ জানাচ্ছেন। তারপরে কোনো ফিল্মের হয়তো শেষটা এআই দিয়ে পাল্টে আবার নতুন করে রিলিজ করার কথা হচ্ছে। এগুলো আমরা প্রতিনিয়ত খবরে পড়ছি। এছাড়াও নিশ্চয়ই আরো অসংখ্য অসংখ্য অপপ্রয়োগ চলছে। কাজে আমরা কি করে আমাদের পঠন পাঠন এবং গবেষণা এখানে আমরা এআই এর সুষ্ঠু প্রয়োগ করতে পারবো এবং নিশ্চয়ই আমরা অত্যন্ত উপকৃত হব, সেইটা নিয়ে আজকে আমরা শুনবো প্রফেসর ডক্টর পার্থসারথী মুখোপাধ্যায়ের কাছ থেকে। আপনাদের সবাইকে এই অনুষ্ঠানে আমি স্বাগত জানাচ্ছি। থ্যাংক ইউ।
ধন্যবাদ ম্যাডাম। আমি ডক্টর মুখোপাধ্যায়কে অনুরোধ করব ওনার বক্তব্য শুরু করার জন্য।
Thank you and good morning to all of you. And ম্যাডাম যা বললেন ঠিকই, যে জিনিসের ইউজ থাকবে সেই জিনিসের মিসইউজও থাকবে, শুধু এআই এর জন্য নয়। But the most important concept is the ethical and responsible use of AI. তার আগে যেহেতু এখানে অনেক স্টুডেন্ট, স্কলার, ফ্যাকাল্টি মেম্বার আছেন, একটা হ্যাটারোজিনিয়াস গ্রুপ, এবং যে কোনো বক্তার কাছেই না একটা হ্যাটারোজিনিয়াস গ্রুপ একটা নাইটমেয়ার, যে আমি কি করে একটা নির্দিষ্ট লেভেলে সবার বোঝার মতো করে করব। এনিওয়ে, লেট আস ট্রাই। আর বেসিক একটা জায়গা আমাদেরকে বুঝতে হবে, কারণ এআই মানে আমাদের একটা ধারণা হয়েছে কি এআই বেসড টুলস, কিন্তু এআই এর প্রিন্সিপালটা না বুঝে, কিভাবে কাজ করছে, তার লিমিটেশনটা কি, এইটা না বুঝে আমরা সেই সমস্ত টুলগুলির সঠিক ব্যবহার করতে পারবো না। যেগুলি আমাদের অনেক সময় মনে হয় কি লিমিটেশন, সেইটা আসলে লিমিটেশন নয়, সেটা ফিচার। এবং ওই ফিচারের মধ্যেই বিভিন্ন জেনারেটিভ মডেল আবদ্ধ। তাদের এই লিমিটেশনটা কেন, এই ব্যাপারটা না বুঝলে আমরা সেইটাকে আমাদের প্রপারলি এফেক্টিভলি ব্যবহার করতে পারবো না। এইটাই হচ্ছে মূল কথা। তো আমি প্রথমে এআই এর বেসিকটা সম্পর্কে একটু বলবো, কিভাবে হলো, তার থেকেও বড় কথা কিভাবে কাজ করে, কেন আমরা চ্যাট জিপিটি বা এই ধরনের জেনারেটিভ এআই এর মধ্যে হ্যালুসিনেশন দেখি, ও পারছে না তবুও বলার চেষ্টা করছে এবং ফাইনালি সেটা একটা রং অ্যান্সার হয়ে যাচ্ছে। এই জিনিসগুলো কেন হয় আর তার প্রতিকারটা কি, কিভাবে আমরা এফেক্টিভলি ইউজ করব। আর মাঝখানে কোনো কোশ্চেন থাকলে, যখনই কোশ্চেন মাথার মধ্যে আসবে, ইউ আর অ্যালাউড টু স্টপ মি অ্যাট এনি পয়েন্ট অফ টাইম, কারণ পরে আর কোশ্চেন মনে থাকে না। তো এনিওয়ে, লেট আস স্লাইড দেখা যাচ্ছে?
Yes, sir.
হ্যাঁ, যাচ্ছে যাচ্ছে।
Fine, fine. Okay. So, application of AI in research methodology, particularly research and educations, are entangled with each other. So, I have not separately used the term education. And AI/ML is a perfect example of multidisciplinary approach. It includes physics, math, arts even when you are writing a prompt. So prompt, that means instruction you are giving to ChatGPT or Gemini or any generative model. That basically called prompt engineering. But prompt engineering is nothing but art of questioning. And the moment you are bringing art of questioning, that requires a lot of knowledge in language, literature, clear mind, and different other things. So it does not mean that AI is only meant for computer science. It's a killer technology. The way World Wide Web changed our every activities, every walks of human life. The similar possibilities lies here with the AI/ML tools and techniques. So it will be a killer technology in future. AI is still in infancy. এখনো just হামাগুড়ি দিচ্ছে. The moment it will get matured, and this is not a matured stage of AI, so it will actually going to influence everything in the society, every walks of life. And the way we nowadays talk about literacy, information literacy, digital literacy, similarly colleges will be teaching in future AI literacy. AI literacy is again a huge area from where students will pick up their different kind of specialization and that kind of thing. So AI is coming in a big way in society, and one of the major aim of education, what's the, if I want to ask you that what is the major aim of education, what's the role of education in society? In one line, if you consider the entire society as a big vehicle, education is the shock absorber of that vehicle. In this world only change is constant, so every time you are going to face changes in technology, changes in social values, in educational system, and every change brings shock. So to absorb that shock, to prepare the future generation for the futuristic technologies and futuristic society, education is basically nothing but a shock absorber. And that proposition came from one of the brilliant mind of our time, Alvin Toffler, that this is the third wave. Education system should work as a shock absorber in the society. So this is one of our responsibilities, that to make you people, to make future generation ready for this ongoing and forthcoming changes. And AI is actually not a new thing. You see, one of the definition given by Pamela Madru, a beautiful definition, that AI is the ancient wish of humankind to forge God. We are trying to play God through AI. We will now create intelligent system that will imitate the human brain. And one of the basic difference between all other technologies and computing technologies is that all other technologies in the society, like automation, then different kind of extension of our 5 sense organs, nothing more than that. When you are taking a speedy vehicle, that is extension of your leg. When you are seeing through microscope, telescope, periscope, nothing but extension of your eyes. But through computing from 1970s, we first attempted to imitate our most precious component in the human body, that is brain. Brain is the most costly, or say costliest device in the human system in terms of the energy it takes. When you are doing nothing, in fact lying completely dead, you are sleeping like a dead, then also 25% of our body energy drains by our brain. Brain never sleeps. So this is the costliest device, and we are now trying to imitate that costliest device, and that's why you will be getting different kind of model name like neural network model. So it is trying to imitate the signal processing capability of human brain from one neural node to another neural node. And the seed actually shown long back by a mathematician, Dr. Alan Turing. Alan Turing was a genius British mathematician who developed that enigma during Second World War and single-handedly defeated Germany in the World War II. So he first wrote a paper way back in 1936, Can Machine Think? And that was the beginning, historical beginning of AI. And in science and technology, it's a very common feature that is called bamboo sapling effect. You are planting a bamboo seed, then 5 years there is no trace of life. Then all on a sudden, after 5 years, it will come out of the soil, and it can grow up to 90 feet within 5 weeks. So that happened many times in case of science and technology. For example, you take the example of transistor, antibiotic. Similar things happened every time. But AI, we are again seeing that bamboo sapling effect. 1936 to 1999, there was almost no trace. Some computer scientists actually, said a very harsh thing that without the improvement of the hardware, AI and expert system cannot be developed in full-fledged thing. But then machine learning came, and machine learning developed by Geoffrey Hinton. You all know Geoffrey Hinton won Nobel Prize last year, as there was no category for computer science. So Nobel Committee gave Geoffrey Hinton Nobel under the category of physics. So that was his contribution, neural network, deep learning, etc. And the moment machine learning came into picture, everything changed actually from mid 90s. So this is one of the excellent example of bamboo sapling effect, AI and ML. But why I am saying that AI is trying to imitate human brain? If you take, I'm not a student of biology, possibly I'm doing some kind of unnecessary exercise, but still this is a very fascinating fact to share with all of you, that if you take the entire history of Homo sapiens for the last 2 million years of our existence, or rather 2.5 million years, in every generation, like Homo habilis, Homo erectus, our skull size is increasing considerably. Why so? In proportionate with the other parts of the body, our skull size is increasing exponentially over the, and evolution is always slow, but still in compare with the slowness of the evolution, still our skull size is exponentially increasing, because we are accommodating more and more gray matter over the generations. Every generations are becoming more intelligent than the previous generation through evolution. And if you compare this with our nearest neighbor in the animal kingdom, chimpanzee, so their brain size is around 500 cc, whereas a modern Homo sapiens has a brain size of almost 2000 cc. And this is increasing actually, and that's why our skull size is also increasing to accommodate more and more gray matter. But this never happened overnight. It took almost 2.5 million years in developing this costliest device of the human body. And there is a biological, mystery, that why a single species on the earth given so much importance to develop brain. And because in fact, brain returned us nothing in the first 1.5 million years, nothing. So we learned, we are always, tool making society. We make tools. So we learned in the, 1.5 to 0.2 million years only to prepare this kind of blunt tools called Acheulean tools. Then we learned in another 1 million year that how to make these tools sharpen. And how they helped us? They helped us only to kill smaller animals, and human being were on the bottom dweller of the food pyramid. If you consider the food pyramid, you all know we were bottom dweller. We were easy prey. We don't run speedily. We don't have muscle. We don't have nails, big teeth to fight back with the other bigger animals. Nothing. So that's why the concept of community came right from the beginning, and we started using this kind of blunt tools to kill other animals, broke the bone so that we can take the bone marrow as a nutritious food element. You can't believe this at this point, 1.5 2 million year after. You can't believe this, but we were something like that, a negligible species on the earth. Then you see improvement over the times happen, and this is the whole history of up to 0.2 million years. And then all on a sudden we discovered how to grow food through agriculture age. The moment we learned that, we did not have to think about what is going to happen tomorrow. We suddenly, from hunter gatherer, we became a kind of relaxed species, so that I don't have to go out in the morning to kill some smaller animal to feed me. So brain got some leisure time, because until now we were all busy as a humankind. Morning we are going out of the hunting, then raw meat take also almost 18 hours to be digested. So we were sleeping, and again in the next morning we are feeling hungry and going for hunting. So brain was never getting time enough to think, to develop the faculties for which the human race is known for. And now in the agricultural age, only 7,000 years ago, you see, only 7,000 years ago in the history of civilization, it's almost nothing. 2.5 billion years you are talking about. So only 7,000 years ago we learned agriculture. Then big empire age started only 2.5 thousand years ago, like Roman civilization, Egyptian civilization, our Mohenjo-daro civilization. And the age of reason, scientific age, started only 400 years back. Francis Bacon, Roger Harris, who actually uttered that reason is the God. If you explain a particular event better than me with better reason, so your reasoning, persists. So that kind of age of reasons actually from Western civilization came in 400 years ago, and within 200 years we achieved industrial revolution, semi-automation, society. Then information age started in 1950 with the advent of a low-cost personal computer, and up to 2020 onwards, we actually entered into the symbiotic age, the man-machine symbiosis. And a very interesting survey result came recently. A Pew survey company, actually they asked 3 different questions, and all related with the to identify the man-machine symbiosis. They asked first question that how many times you open your mobile phone? Any logical guess? How many times we open our mobile phone in a day? From
100 maybe.
Yeah, your guess is completely correct, very close. So we found that on an average, a human being opened his or her phone 80 times a day. And interestingly, half of the times they don't know why they are opening their phones. Is it happening with all of us? You are just casually opening your phone, simply don't know what's the purpose, why you are opening. So that is a kind of man-machine symbiosis. We are depending right from the morning to the end of the night. Every second we are depending on machine. Every second, even when you are sleeping, you are also depending on machine. Your fan is rotating, your AC is humming. So this is kind of man-machine symbiosis is happening. So far, it is peaceful coexistence. We are utilizing machine, machines are helping. And as I said, right from the beginning, from the dawn of civilization, human society was always a tool making society. We make tools to make our life easy. And as a whole, what is happening, within almost 10,000 years, we were the bottom dweller of the food pyramid. All on a sudden, because of the brain, we now in the topmost of the food pyramid. We can kill anyone. We can kill anything for eating. So that rapid transformation of human society from a bottom dweller to the topmost dweller of the food pyramid actually made our society slightly fragile. We started thinking that it's a human centric world. Actually, it is not. This world, this universe is meant for every species. But all on a sudden, because of our brain power, we started thinking wrongly. Our philosophy actually changed that it's a human centric world. And that is actually creating lots of problems. Lots of present problems are responsible for this quantum jump of humankind from bottom dweller to the top dweller in the food pyramid. That's my personal opinion, of course. Now, after this symbiotic age, it will continue up to 2050, and then we will be entering into complete autonomy age. And this symbiotic age and automatic autonomy age, this jumping, this convergence will be solely depending on AI technology. So this 2050 to 2060 will be dominated by AI, and we will be entering into complete automation age. Now one question definitely coming to your mind: what you are talking about? We are already in the automation age. We have successful banking automation, financial automation, library automation, industrial automation. Yes, of course, but that's a semi-automatic system. When you are talking about banking automation, every time you need intervention, you need to give your OTP, your target people to whom you are transferring fund. When intervention is necessary, and that is true for the library automation also. Library system cannot automatically determine class number, subject indexing. A human mind is actually determining access point, class number, subject indexing terms, and everything. So we are presently in the semi-automatic stage, but in future, because of this AI/ML, we will be in the complete autonomy age, and you just give a single command, and the computer system will make your job ready. A very complex job. That's why people are nowadays saying that agentic AI, different agents will work together to complete your job. And in 2060, possibly we won't be there, this generation, to see this tech singularity, but the young generation will be seeing this. And what is a tech singularity? Lots of research are going on this. You all know that Stephen Hawking's Big Bang Theory, that from a singular point in universe actually expanded and exploded, and still it is expanding. So in 2060, humankind will be able to produce a machine which is smarter than human being. Up to 2000, we won't be able to prepare a machine which is smarter than human being. We are always smart than a machine. We program them, we control them. But we will be able to make a machine which is smarter than us, and that is called the tech singularity. From that point onward, what will be the history of humankind, future of history, humankind, nobody knows. Whether human species will extinct after 2060, after the maturity of AI. AI is not just a technology. Lots of philosophies, lots of testing of the humankind will become together, and that's a very crucial stage. And you can't depend on our political leaders. They are short-sighted. They can't see the future, and we need to decide that whether AI will take over or human race will survive. Because Geoffrey Hinton is a rishi like said like genius. He said a very interesting point, almost 2 days back in a conference, that the way we are making AI safety features, different, checks and balances, that is not going to work, because the moment you will be able to produce a machine smarter than human being, they will bypass our checks and safety guides. So try to prepare a system, try to incorporate inside the AI framework some kind of maternal quality. A very interesting insight. See, he gave an one example that you see a 1 day old baby is very safe with his or her mother, and mother is a fully grown intelligent system, and baby is a very very less intelligent system. Brain is not actually properly working before the 3 months age. So how a less intelligent system is being safe with a very matured intelligent system? Because of the maternal quality. So if you are able to include maternal quality inside AI framework, then only there is a chance to survive of the human race. So it's a very, very interesting debates are going on. So it's not all about AI tools and techniques. We need to understand the threat to existence of humankind because of these tools and technology. That's why the need of ethical and responsible AI is coming every day. So I'm skipping this particular joke. And it's a very brief history of AI that 1936, as I said, Turing wrote that great paper, Can Machine Think? Then the next best development came from John McCarthy. Or together, Turing and McCarthy, we considered them father of AI, father of modern AI. And then different other things came. 1972, Prolog, programming in logic. Lots of expert system developed by using this Prolog programming language. Then concept of intelligent system coined in 90s. 2006, Geoffrey Hinton, the person to whom I am referring, developed 2006 this deep learning process, a subset of neural network model. And then 2018, the first version of GPT came. It's not 2023 they released GPT-3, and that actually created havoc in the society. But before that, in 2018 they first released the GPT version 1. So it's a very brief history of AI, how it happened, only the major thing. And this was the definition given by Pamela Modrock: an ancient twist to force the gods. So handle with care. And present AI is basically a data-driven and knowledge-driven system. When you are asking a question to ChatGPT, why it is actually trying to give you answer, and answer sometimes right, sometimes brilliant, sometimes nonsense. So how it is happening? Because you are feeding a kind of ontology like dictionary, thesaurus, etc. to understand the meaning, the semantics of the word. Then we are feeding lots of data. So it is finally getting trained with these ontologies we use and data we use, lots of text we produce. Then on the top of that text, it can predict the next best statistically significant word. And that's all. If I ask you that fill in the blanks, you are following me? I am asking you fill in the blanks and saying the sentence, boys are going to blank. So which word is coming to your mind? Boys are going to, then blank. So which word is coming to in your mind to fill up the blank?
School.
School. Why? Have you ever thought of it? Why school is coming? Yes, 90% attendees here. The school is coming in mind. Why? Any idea? Why school is coming? Why not cinema hall? Why not movie theater? Why not playground or gymnasium?
Because sir from our preliminary age we are used to translate such type of things, that's why.
Excellent, excellent, excellent answer. Because right from the beginning of our childhood days, we are habituated with this kind of sentences. So when you are teaching or giving training to your machine learning model with lot of human generated text, so that is actually going to reflect, and it is actually statistically compare that, okay, this filling up may be done by gymnasium, cinema hall, school. So what is the humankind are using most of the time the term school? So statistically school is a more statistically significant word. So let us complete the sentence with this. Your every generative AI works in that way. So if you want to use ChatGPT as an expert system, Okay, explain me a very critical theory of quantum physics. It will fail. What it will, it will be parroting all kind of human text together, and there will be lacking of coherence. And that's why there are lots of tools that can detect it is written by AI. That the lack of coherence, they will they will not make a single grammatical mistake, single spelling mistake, single punctuation error, but the coherence, the idea will be missing, because at the best of the best, it's a statistical system. It is actually statistically measuring the significance of the word, and it knows very well how to complete that sentence in different languages. That's all, period. It's not an expert system. So when you are utilizing this kind of generative AI as an expert system, you remember this limitation. You remember the motto of the technology. That's why these are called large language models, not expert system. They understand language. They can measure statistical significance of a single word on the basis of different kind of complex calculations, and they can complete it. So please remember, all the students, this particular factor, it's not an expert system. So you can rewrite, as madam said, that I have given some point and said chat GPT limit this by 400 words, 500 words. Excellent, you can do that, no matter, because the vocabulary and stock of word in a large language model, a human brain cannot compete with. We have a very limited memory capacity. We are not known for memories. We are not known for reasoning, and that AI system still lacking. What they are nowadays, they are saying that AI can reason it out. Like DeepSeek is giving a lot of reasons, utter nonsense. If you carefully study that reasons, the sets they are giving, you will be seeing those are nothing but steps it is following. Those are not called reasons. So still we are having an upper hand kind of thing in terms of reasoning, but memory definitely it's one of the biggest one we cannot compete even with. And that's why that kind of job you can be relying upon on these tools, but not for your consultants as an education system, as an expert system. So that you please remember. And if you come to artificial intelligence definition, it's nothing but simulation of human intelligence in machine. And when you are talking about artificial intelligence and machine learning, most of the cases we use these two terms synonymously, interchangeably, but they are not the same thing. Artificial intelligence is a bigger landscape, like natural language processing. You are asking question in natural language, knowledge organization and representation, search and tools. This thing can help us in education and research. Then machine learning is basically doing the most of the heavy lifting job of an artificial intelligence system. Different kind of models are there. The best of the best is neural network. Within neural network, Geoffrey Hinton developed this deep learning, and within deep learning, your transformer model like GPT, BART, the tools you are using, Gemini, Claude, these are all a tiny dot in AI. These are called transformer models or large language models. So that is the relationship or symbiosis between AI and ML, although we use it synonymously. So what machine learning does, it can find out the pattern from a set of data. And how machine learning works actually, let me give you a very simple kind of example. So you see, this is a two sets of figure. Let us assume that this is a group 1 set and this is group B set. So I am labeling this particular figures with group A and this particular set of figures with group B. Then I throw all of these figures to the machine learning model, and then asking that machine learning model, this is an unknown figure, to which group it belongs to, group A or group B. Can you try, any one of you? So this is group A figure and this is group B figure. And then I am, after training, I am asking my machine learning backend. So this is a figure, an unknown kind of figure, not part of any of this group. So to where I should place it, group A or group B, a kind of crude classification, categorization. So if I ask you, then where you are going to place it, group A or group B? There is nothing right or wrong. What's coming to your mind? It should go to group.
Group A also true, sir, and group
A.
B also.
No, you have to give one answer, sir, not two.
Sir, group
There is,
A, it will be group A because
A.
there
and
is star.
Completely.
what's the reason?
There is star, and here are with 10 sides,
Uh-huh.
and here is also 10 sides.
You are thinking it in a very complex way.
Sir, if I
See,
join all the lines, sir, we can get this.
so actually, I created some confusion by drawing straight line here. Is not it? So this is actually belonging to resembling to this group. But you see, machine learning is a process to identify pattern in the data. So it will try to find out what is the most fundamental and intrinsic attribute of this figure set. And you see the fundamental difference between this group and this group is that in this group of figure, everything is having area within, space within. And this group of figure has, it's only lines, no space within. So this figure, whatever may be the shape, whatever may be the constituent element, it has got some space within. So logically, it should go to group A. This way machine learns. This is machine learning, and there are different kind of models: lexical model, associative model, ensemble model. But this is the basic process, and this process is called supervised learning because I am supervising through labeling. I am labeling it is group A and this is group B. So a kind of truth classification I am doing as a human being. Then machine will be placing this model in the group A. So this is called label data and supervised learning. But another mode of learning is unsupervised learning. I'm not saying it is group A, group B, or group C. I am throwing lots of dots, similar looking dots with a difference in the thickness of the outer world. So you see, it will identify the thickness of the outer world, the major differentiating element, and it can still group all kind of dots or this kind of circles, small circles, into 3 groups. Depending on the thickness of the outer world. So this kind of learning by machine is called unsupervised learning. I'm not supervising, I'm not labeling, I'm throwing data, and it's your responsibility to categorize it. So these are the 2 major kind of learning techniques adapted by machine. And here you see the difference. Here I have given a kind of label. These are the red dots, blue dots, and green dots. So label is red, blue, and green. And then I am throwing a dot with a mix of color, green and blue. So it will be placing in the border line. So this is a kind of supervised learning. I am having a label data, and I am not having label data here. What is red, what is green, what is blue, and still if I am throwing a mixed up dot, it can still categorize red. Definitely the rate of mistakes will be higher in case of unsupervised learning, but still largely it will be able to categorize into red group, blue group, and green group without knowing the labels red, green, or blue. So this is a side-by-side comparison of supervised and unsupervised learning. And in reality, supervised learning is slightly costly because you need to involve human being, and machine learning requires tons of data, loads of data. In terms of billions of data set, millions of data set. So it's very costly and almost impossible. So in reality, what we do, a semi-supervised learning, so 20% training will be based on supervised learning, 80% will be based on unsupervised learning. So mixing together judiciously is called semi-supervised learning. And then the new concept came, the reinforcement learning. You see ChatGPT, the version 5 came. It is powered by this RLHF, reinforcement learning through human feedback. What does it mean? That suppose after semi-supervised learning, you are asking 10 questions to the system, and system came up with 8 right answers and 2 answers went wrong. So then I will inform machine as a human judge that, okay, you are doing excellent. Your 8 answers were perfectly correct, but 2 went wrong. And this is the reason why I am saying these 2 went wrong. So machine will learn from my feedback through human feedback, and next time it will not commit that mistake. It's again a costly affair, but very, very effective tool. And that's why GPT, generation after generation, like 3, 3.5, 4, 5, it's achieving more and more precision as well as effectiveness under different categories are there to score a particular large language model efficacy. So on the basis of that efficacy framework, it is actually growing because after introduction of this RLHF, reinforcement learning through human feedback. But in reality, as madam said, that knowingly or unknowingly we are all using AI. You see here 1-2 examples of this AI inbuilt in our day-to-day life without knowing we are utilizing. You are typing something in your mobile keypad. A few characters you are giving, it can predict the next word. Generation 1 of generative AI. Then again, those who are using Gmail, you can see that I am writing a paragraph here and it can predict the next sentence. Generation 2, you are giving a paragraph and it can predict a sentence. Then came generation 3, like all of the tools we are utilizing, we are giving a line in the form of question and it can generate a paragraph. So generation 1, 2 and 3, even this kind of generation can be achieved with word processing software like MS Word or OpenOffice. And another big example, who is organizing your emails? The moment you open your Gmail, you will see some mails are under primary tab, some are promotion, some are social, some are landing on the spam folder. And definitely you have noticed it, that how your system is improving. Previously, lots of important mail actually landed into spam folder. Nowadays, only rarely 1 or 2 important mail goes to spam folder. So who classifies it? Who organizes our email? AI. So it automatically goes through the subject line, not the content, and who is the sender. So it is actually studying your behavior with email and determining who is your most important contact, or to whom you are often mailing, what are the officials' email addresses, what is the subject line of that email, and accordingly it actually placed your email under different groups. Again, a kind of crude classification or categorization, all done by AI, and without knowing we are actually utilizing that kind of organization. And definitely, as you are not objecting, definitely it is very convenient for all of us. So there is little bit of AI in everybody's life now. And as I said that GPT, the third generation, was a giant in terms of billions of data parameters. Data parameters are kind of, a kind of recipe. Say you are having lots of data points, how that data points can be combined with each other, a kind of permutation combination system. Higher the parameters, more effective is the product. And you can see this, how it is happening from through different generations of GPT. So GPT-1, what can predict a single word, having only 117 million parameters. GPT-2, you are giving a paragraph, it can generate a sentence, 1.5 billion parameter. GPT-3, the whole world actually shocked by the release of ChatGPT in 2023 November. So you give a line like in the form of question or comment, it can generate a paragraph, 175 billion parameters. And then GPT-4, 1 trillion parameters with RLHF, reinforced learning through human feedback. Nowadays, you see ChatGPT takes your reaction, whether you are liking this answer, whether you don't like this answer. So it's thumbs up and thumbs down symbol. So that's the kind of feedback you are giving and system is learning. So in this way, you can see that there is not a single human activity which is not touched upon by the AI/ML. We have huge number of tools. You name it, we have it. Video production, productivity, writing, then mathematics, marketing, everything. We are having lots of tools, and but something is brilliant. Say for example, here you all know the DeepSeek model from China. So I recently tested DeepSeek with this, task that can you prepare a HD video within 1 minute? What will be the future of public transport? So you see, DeepSeek came up with this amazing, product. You can see the video?
Yes, sir.
Okay, enjoy it. So this will be the future of public transport as per DeepSeek. What do you think? Amazing, is not it? DeepSeek is slightly patriotic model, so lots of character from China. Let me check my microphone is on. Okay, fine. Fine. So now everything is not a success. So this is one of the brilliant, that is one of the surprising element in generative AI. At one point of time, it's brilliant, super brilliant. In the next point of time, it's a dumb. So for example, I asked Meta Llama kind of things, this kind of tricky question, what is heavier, a kilo of feather or a pound of steel? It answered me in a wrong way. Then you can make a test like this. You go to Gemini and ask which one is greater, 9.9 or 9.11. So it is saying 9.11 is greater than 9.9. You see, that's why I'm saying this is not an expert system. It does not even know what is a decimal system. That's why it is saying that 9.11 is higher than 9.9. It's a large language model. It knows that if I am asking this kind of question, so how to complete the answer, whether the answer is correct or wrong, that does not matter for the model. This is actually a tool to write complete natural language based responses. Whether the answer is right or wrong, it does not even understand. It does not know what is a decimal system. So that's why handle with care. And it's a multi-billion-dollar model. Gemini, Google spent hugely to develop this Gemini, and otherwise it's superb. But there we need to raise a red flag that what it can't do and what kind of improvement it's needed. It's a beautiful technology, completing flawless, writing flawless English and completing a particular paragraph within seconds. Beautiful technology. But we need to improve it through different other tools and other things that I will be showing you. And on the top of this, you see how people are cleverly using this kind of tools. So large language model is utilized in search system. So they are actually fine-tuning the model with lots of research data. So this elicit.com, elicit.org, a particular search engine, they took data from semantic scholar, almost 250 million of research paper, then fine-tuned the model. Mostly they use GPT model, fine-tune the GPT 3.5 model with this 250 million of research paper trained separately, and then we are having a beautiful search engine where I can ask question in natural language, and then it can answer me lots of relevant paper with this kind of table. What is the paper title? What is the abstract and summary? What is the major finding? And many other things. So we need to utilize this raw technology very, very cleverly in education, and people already have started this, and those tools I'll be introducing you. And another this kind of search engine, Elicit, is a purely scholarly search engine with a research paper, whereas Perplexity, developed by an Indian, Aravind Srinivasan, IIT Madras fellow, and company is running, he is running the company from US, but it actually created havoc in this perplexity.ai developed by an Indian. So he actually did the same thing what Elicit did, but with lots of other data like newspaper article, feature article, technical reports. and it can give you a more recent view on the basis of the scholarly resources as well as newspaper article. This can give you other related questions. Suppose here I asked what will be the impact of AI/ML in subject indexing. It answered me with proper references, and that's why these are more reliable system. So they are using GPT model, but with lot of fine tuning, with research papers, with technical resources from reliable sources. It can generate references, what it is saying, and it can also give you the related questions that what you can ask next. So a lot of changes are coming, and you can explore these two tools. Two are my favorite, elicit.org and perplexity.ai. And please remember, all the tools I am saying here, all the tools I am going to demonstrate, all are free, open access. So you don't have to give a single paisa to anybody, but definitely you will be in the free tier. And I have selected only those tools which are giving you huge scope, and generously, the rate limit is quite generous, so that you don't feel any kind of bindings there. Your job will be done as a teacher, as a faculty, or as a student. So that's why I have selected those kind of tool. Another kind of tool is called computer vision. So what this kind of tool do, they take the description and can draw an image, or you upload an image, it can describe the image. So two way around, from description to image, and again from image to description, can be done by this kind of tools. The best is again from OpenAI, called DALI. So I actually asked DALI that please draw a reading room for a library with soothing furniture color and with a photograph of Ranganathan on the wall. Ranganathan we consider as the father of library science in India. It knows who is Ranganathan, collected a picture and placed on the wall. And I never asked for natural light, but it actually arranged natural light, wall color and furniture color. You can see how soothing the selection is. And then it's brilliant again, but not every time. I asked the same Dali that draw a picture where Mother Teresa is fighting against poverty, and you see what it did. So it took the term fighting literally, and this is a laughable stock. Definitely, it's a laughable stock, but it's also objectionable. Why you are equating poverty with the African children? And who has given you permission and power to utilize picture of children in the in the drawn image? Both are ethically and legally incorrect. So this is called algorithmic biasness. And my dear friend, this is a danger of AI, another danger of AI, because we human beings are biased in many ways. And as a programmer, if I write a program, my humanistic biasness will be reflected in my algorithms. So algorithms are not gods. Algorithms are prepared by human being, the programs behind, and algorithmic biasness is everywhere. For example, in Google also, you search Google by picture of nurse. So a lot of female nurse picture will come with pretty faces, but there are lots of male nurses also everywhere. Google does not know about male nurses. So this kind of biasness, gender biasness, and different kind of inequalities are reflected in algorithm. So again, handle with care. Be careful about the algorithmic biasness. Then I am coming to some kind of domain specific application. As a teacher, faculty, now you know little bit of the greatness of AI as well as the downside of AI, both north and south. So now we are ready to handle some of the tools that can help us in education and research. First of all, searching and retrieving will be changing in future like anything, and that I will be showing you through demonstration. So lots of tools are coming like Elicit, Perplexity. I already talked about Semantic Scholar. I will show you how it is changing through 3 different generations of searching. Then a new kind of search tools are coming where you are having only 2-3 papers, and from that 2-3 papers you can build a castle of related paper graphically. So Research Rabbit, iris, Insightful, you can explore. And another set of tools are coming in a big way, AI enabled tools. These are called recommender system. Suppose in a college or university you are not fortunate enough to have access to every journal paper. So suppose I am opening a Science Direct and my library do not subscribe a particular journal, so that paper is not available to me in full text. So if my browser is having this core recommender, so it can understand my problem, and it can tell me that don't worry, this paper you cannot access, but lots of other equivalent paper to on this subject I can provide you from open access in full text. So this is a beautiful recommender system you can install in Firefox or Google Chrome, completely AI enabled. It can predict, it can study your behavior with a paper, it can predict your needs, and it can collect equivalent open access paper so that you can access up to the full text level. It happens with the books also. Okay, so let us try to see that what I am saying actually through these new generation tools. What's your most favorite search engine? This one? Google? Everybody?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, my question is that, do we really know how to search? I'm giving you one example. As many of you are from different subjects, so I'm selecting a very common term everybody understand: environmental pollution. Say most of the cases we search like this: environmental pollution, and then we Google produce results in different sets. Set number 1, 2, 3. Each set contains 20 documents, and nobody actually told us, but somehow we believe that Google always give you the topmost result, most relevant result in the top 2-3 sets. So we never go beyond set number 3. And set number 3 means maximum 60 number of documents you are referring to. But how many documents Google produced? 26 crore 30 lakhs. So you see the fallacy here. Most of us start our journey either from Google or Google Scholar. They are built on the same search technology. Environmental pollution is a very common term. So it produced 26 crores 30 lakhs of document, but I am restricting myself only top 60 document. Top 60 in the sense top 3 sets, set number 1, 2, 3, and each set contains 20 documents, so altogether 60 documents. And there is no guarantee. Google has never given any guarantee that these 60 documents are the most relevant document against your search, but we still believe it. So most of the relevant documents of a given research topic, maybe more relevant topics, you are missing out. There is no guarantee that you are not missing out. So that's why lots of search improvement you can do. Say for example, I can now do a kind of thing that environmental pollution should appear as a phrase, then it must appear in the title, then this must be available in PDF format, and it should be originated from India. So you see, these are called advanced search level. This is the field search, all in title. So all the phrase of this environmental pollution should appear in the title. So I am enclosing is an environmental code, then all in title is a special keywords. It is restricting this page in the title itself. Then I want everything. So I am writing here is a Boolean query, a specialized query statement in Google. When you are giving a space, it indicates Boolean AND operator. Then another special keywords, file type, I want only PDF, and I want everything from India, site : in. Now you see, Google will retrieve only 497 result. So actually what you are searching environmental pollution, actually in your mind, you don't know the search, how to search. But in your mind is that I am searching environmental pollution, Google will provide me the most relevant top documents. But the way we are searching, a large scale textual search engine Google cannot determine your actual requirement, and it will give you 26 crores of document, which is impossible to go through, and you are restricting yourself only top 60 document. Now the moment you know this advanced search, I want my search target, you just replace this environmental pollution with your search target. Always give a quotation. This is called phrase searching. I want this environmental pollution as a phrase and in title. Then I want PDF, because most of the documents are available, academic resources are available in PDF format, and I want everything from India. The moment I reduce a particular filter, you see the size will be increasing. Now it is 5,300. If I include, okay, site colon ac.in, I want everything from Indian universities and colleges, because you see your college registration possibly in ac.in, klyunib.ac.in, calunib.ac.in. So now you see the size will be again much less, only 317. And everything, if you go to the last of the last document, even it is the title includes environmental pollution, document is in PDF format and coming from ac.in. So Google is very consistent if you search in an expert way, and there lies the problem. How many of us are actually search literate? Search literacy is nowadays a very important thing, how to search a given document. And this kind of search strategy is true only for Google and Google Scholar. For other search engines, you need to know their special keywords, their technology, and you need to come out with this. You see, the same way, the way I search Google generic, the same way I can search Google Scholar also. So here it is 19 results only, and all are academic resources. So you are getting my point. So search is a very, very difficult task, and your input to research education always starts with search. And there is a famous proverb in research: if you are not a good searcher, you can't be a good researcher. So research includes the very term search, and that part is missing in our coursework, because we teach something in the PhD coursework, but then it is too late. Their formative age is over. They are just learning it mechanically without knowing. So this kind of thing should be introduced at the graduate level. And the 4-year degree courses there with the research degree. So there we should teach them that how to search, how to organize, and other things. And here you see lies the beauty of AI enabled search. I am showing you the generation 1 of AI. Then I will show you generation 2, and finally generation 3. So if I search this generation 1, say it is same keyword searching. Say I'm searching by machine learning. So still I am searching by phrase, keyword searching, but little bit of AI is introduced here. So lots of graphical filtering. I don't need to know exactly the syntax. Date range I can select visually last 5 years. Then I can select all the documents having full text, has PDF, and then I can arrange it by most influential paper. And remember, this Semantic Scholar is completely free with 250 millions of research papers. 1 million is equal to 10 lakh. You can do your math, how many research papers they have gathered together. And here lies the first instance of AI, TLDR. As I have selected, the document must be available in full text. A machine learning algorithm can read this document and can come up with a one-line indicative abstract, TLDR. On the top of this, TLDR stands for too long, did not read. Auto-generated one-line indicative abstract by a machine learning backend. And Semantic Scholar, it's actually powered by Allen Institute of AI, developed by Paul Allen, the co-founder of Microsoft. So they actually developed their own machine learning algorithm which can read a full text paper and can build a summary. So this is actually created by a machine learning backend. After reading this TLDR, I can select, okay, this paper is needed for my study. Then I can go there and it can tell me how many papers cited this paper and their TLDR, how many paper referred by this paper, that 100 plus papers TLDR, and finally the papers which are not part of this citation reference network but semantically related with this paper, I can check. So this semantic relationship is also an AI/ML based, so they are TLDR. So how easy it is nowadays to find out, lots of related papers through citation references, visually through related papers, and you are getting TLDR for easy reading of that particular paper. Generation 1. Still, it's an artificial kind of language. I'm searching by phrase, machine learning, then selecting graphically. So a kind of AI system is characterized by NLP based query. For example, here I can access simply, if I go to this paperfinder.allen.ai based on Semantic Scholar, and I ask this question: list me a set of papers with DOI on the topic machine learning application in libraries. So you just replace your topic with it. It will understand your query. It will find out lots of stages it will show you. Then finally it will come out with a result, 57 number of citation it found, their abstract, and also categorization, which are perfectly relevant, which are relevant, which are somehow relevant. And suppose this 14 I want to select, so this 14 will come, and then I can export this 14 as a BibTeX format and can import inside my reference management software like Zotero. A very straightforward, mechanism. And I am asking here natural language based query, and it is giving retrieving this kind of thing. And what is third generation then? I am not even asking to retrieve a set of paper, because after retrieving that set of paper, I need to go through it, I need to study it. So it's better to have a version 0 alongside the paper, version 0 of the literature review alongside the list of references, so that my literature review can be based on it. So here I can ask a very simple question. Give me a literature review based on a set of papers with this one. Or say, for example, this one. Can you prepare a review on the basis of set of papers with DOI to address the following research questions? What are the possibilities that India will enter into $5 trillion economy in recent future? So in this way, I can write different kind of prompt. And now you understand what is the importance of prompt, because if I don't give this paper with DOI, that means I don't have any mechanism to check whether the papers are real papers or not. But for this particular system, there is no such scope, because it is based on entirely on the Semantic Scholar corpus. So it is getting data from here, this Semantic Scholar, and giving a natural language based query. So now I can give this, it can formulation format stage, it can ramify the entire literature review, different sections. I can see the sections in details alongside the in-text citation, as I also in given instruction to this system that write in-text and citation in APA format. So it followed APA format. And at the end of the section, I can have all the references, 29 paper, on the top of which it actually created this literature review. And then I can also export these citations in BibTeX format. So amazing, tools are coming, particularly research, and this literature review. I am not saying that you can use it as it is basis, but it can be a very good version zero for your literature review. You are getting an idea that how system is working, where it is going, different important paper, groundbreaking papers, etc. Just to start with.
Sir, a question.
Please.
Is there any method for searching fraud journals through AI?
Yes, of course. That's not AI based. That is called Journal Finder. There are tools developed by COPE. So they have prepared, and you can search the service as a journal finder. So the moment you give your different kind of requisition that I want on this subject, this should be Scopus index, quartile must be quartile 2, 3, and so on. So it can find out and list the journal alongside the note that what some of the journal, what are the risky journal or possibly predatory journal. So avoid those predatory journal. Rest of the things are very good actually. The name of the service is Journal Finder. You search in internet, you will be getting it. Developed by lots of publisher group came together and developed it under COPE guideline for academic integrity. Okay. So there is nothing AI based yet, but that's a straightforward database kind of thing. And you see here the other tools, that is called the second group, literature gathering, how it can help to build very quickly a set of related document. So Research Rabbit app, you need to register. First, I'm creating a collection, Sister Nivedita College for Girls, SNCG. So this collection is blank. And from Semantic Scholar, I already suppose identified a few paper. So let me take this paper. Only 2-3 papers I will be taking, and blindly I'm taking, just to show you that how it works. But in reality, you should be very careful in selecting your basic 2-3 papers. So now I am adding paper. So this is the first DOI. Then this is the second DOI I am using. I can also input directly from Zotero. Just to, I'm saving time. And this is possibly my third paper. Okay, these two papers are same actually. So okay, let us start with these papers. So suppose I have given 2 papers, and on the top of these 2, both are on machine learning. I can add directly. It can check it out, and you see the magic here. I have given only 2 of my relevant paper on machine learning, and it can build a network. So this green color paper is actually my paper, and how this green color paper is linked with lot of other papers. So bigger is the knot, more impactful is the paper, depending on the number of citations and number of links. So you see these the paper which are highly connected, I can select that, I can read the abstract, I can see the full text, and if I am happy, I can add to my collection. So I'm having only 2 document, now 2 plus 1, then another one, 3 plus 1, and so on. So within 10-15 minutes, you can see this similar network, and you can also check what are the earlier works you missed. These green colored documents are already in your network. What are the latter document, research conducted on this? And please remember, bigger is the node, more impactful is the paper. So I can select this paper from here. And every time I am adding a paper, similar works, number of similar works will be changing, and it dynamically it will find out another other paper what I can select. So in this way, you can select lots of document from visually, a new kind of search techniques. And we started with 2, now I almost in 7, and then this 7 I can export in BibTeX format and can save somewhere and can import inside my Zotero. So these are the things that we need to know, we need to learn to make our life easy. Because you see, in our generation, we were having to read around 2000 papers in a given discipline during our PhD. Now the volume of research has increased a lot, and for new generation researcher, 24 hours is not sufficient to read all of the published paper, even in a tiny domain of research. Not possible. So we need to take help of this kind of tools, which can read on behalf of us, which can give us the fast direction that in which way I should go, what are the most important papers, based on some kind of statistical data. So this is the thing that you can do. So in a nutshell, what I can say you that this should be the thinking pattern of a researcher, that you can divide your entire research area into 3 major phases. So first, you are going for the input stage. In the beginning of your research and education of anything unknown about, you are trying to retrieve lots of related document, you are trying to go for discovery and collection building. So there you can use lots of AI enabled search tool like Elicit, uh, Undermine, Consensus, and so on. These are all tools. I have just shown you a few. Then literature mapping like Research Rabbit, connected papers, citation chasing. You have created a group of citation, then you can use citation chaser to collect all the references and citation related to those papers mechanically. Actually, this Research Rabbit is what Research Rabbit is doing graphically. This citation chaser is doing that one programmatically. And then finally, you are creating a data set in your any reference management software. This is a must nowadays. Otherwise, you cannot survive in research. So try to learn this particular reference management software like Zotero. You can download in Windows, Linux, and this is open source. You don't have to pay anything to anybody, and it's a beautiful powerful software. So the next job is that processing and analyzing. So there you can utilize lots of tool like automated systematic review, a web-based tool called Ryan you can utilize. For summarization, you can use different tools for TLDR and other thing. Suppose some of your documents are available in languages other than English, because in research only 51% documents are available in English, rest are in different other foreign languages, Portuguese, then Spanish, French. So you can utilize AI to translate those things, particular passage or group of passages. And in reference management, you can add Zotero with GPT to make a literature review. Let me show you that how this is possible in Zotero. So I'm starting my Zotero. In Windows, you just click, double click, Zotero will start. But in Linux, we need to do this kind of thing. And from this point onwards, everything is same. Now you see, I have collected a set of documents here. Let me. Okay, so this is a collection of my paper for a recent papers we are writing, all are based on the AI applications in this way. Now you see, I am selecting a set of papers, 1, 2, all written by same researcher, Sumian or Golub. So they are two prolific researcher in the domain, Golub and Sumian. Anyway, let me check another one from Bianchini. Okay, not Bianchini. Okay. Let us select paper from two of my students here. So altogether, I have selected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 number of papers. Suppose this 6 number of paper I identified is actually meant for a particular division of my literature review. I want to have an idea that what this papers deals with, what are the methodology, what were the data sets, and what were the limitations. I don't have to go through the full text paper. First I will try to make a, panoramic view of these 6, 7, 10 papers. I can call my Jotero GPT, and we have created a prompt based on APS 7th edition, that you please review the selected paper. So the moment I selecting this, so these 6 papers, their abstract will be going to a large language model at the back end. Jotero is not having this LLM. We have to integrate this LLM. So it is actually studying these 6 number of papers for me and created a beautiful literature matrix. So Sumian paper, what it does with, then these 2 papers, I am the co-author. So this is the paper. So what is the document, what it did, what is the major limitation. So everything I can generate by using a backend LLM. And if I want to see it in my word processor, I can copy it, I can paste it, I can copy it, I can paste it. Say I'm copying this, Control C, Control. So here you can see that these 6 papers, it's created a particular literature review perfectly by using APS 7th edition as in-text citation, then created a literature matrix. Again, I am saying you cannot use it as it is basis in your literature review, but a very good technical support to read these 6 papers, to identify what are the core papers on a given section, whether you are going to include it or exclude it in your final literature review, and so on. So amazing time is coming, actually came. If you know these tools, lots of hours you can save in your study and teaching. And the group C is slightly difficult until and unless you cover this group A and group B. We cannot talk about group C. But in group C, the most important mechanism is retrieval augmented generation. You are giving training to a machine learning system with lots of domain specific data, and then you are utilizing a large language model at the back end to create with different kind of answer, to create a true expert system on the top of your knowledge. And I can show you that how we can do that mechanically. Say we have a tool called OpenDefine. This tool is not important. The important thing is that we can integrate this tool with a backend large language model, generative AI, and we can utilize then the model programmatically. So this is a set of 9 questions. So I'm just removing this column. So you see, this is the situation. We have net course collected all the net question in library information science. So this is the net year, this is Q question ID, and this is the question, and this is the right answer generated by a human being. Now I can throw these questions to a large language model. So here all the large language models we are having, say for example, we are utilizing Google Gemini 2.5. So what I need to do, I am going to this question column and saying that extract using AI. Then I am trying to check. Okay, So this is the prompt I am going to utilize, that read the question carefully, and I am utilizing Llama 4. So you read these questions and give a right answer from this option. So now you see it can read this question and it can say and rightly say that A, B, D option is right. Now the moment I am getting result, I click OK. I need to give a column name. And now it can throw all of these 9 question, 10 question, 900 question, 19,000 questions one by one to the system, and it can fetch the answer, and then I can match that what's the efficacy of a large language model uh, in LIS domain. And we have observed through this one that it is giving correct answer for general questions or ICT related questions, but the moment we are going deeper part of library information science, so it is failing. And success rate overall reaching around 70 to 73%. So we are planning now to create an expert system to introduce those knowledge where it is failing to the system, and then again check that whether it is coming out with the 100% correct results or not. So this retrieval augmented generation is possibly coming out in a big way, where we can utilize a large language model at the back end and an interface at the front end, where I can ask a question and it can really work like an expert system, because it is now having domain specific knowledges. So now it is actually trying to give answer from LLM core. So something will be right, something will be wrong. So we are planning to teach the system with the entire library science course corpus from IGNOU material, EPG Pathshala material, and different other available full text sources. Then we will create an expert system and we will check. Now you see, this is a human generated answer is option 3, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2. So most of the cases it is right, but here it went wrong. That the moment I am entering into the core part of a software, that first version, what was the options and other thing. So LLM answer 4, where human answer is 2. Here I don't have human answer, but here it is option. So here again it is human answer is 4, it is opted for 2, US Patent Act. So the moment you are entering inside the knowledge block, your LLM is falling, and the improvement may be of the retrieval augmented generation. So that's all for today. I think I have consumed my time of 1 hour 30 minutes. So if you have any question, please go through.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot for your engrossing talk. I believe all of us has enjoyed it a lot. And till now, we have just one question. I believe it is from some of our students. AI কিভাবে শিখবো?
অ্যাকচুয়ালি যেভাবে আমরা লার্নিং খুব কমপ্লেক্স জিনিস, মানে এরকম নয় একজন বাচ্চা কিভাবে শেখে যে ফায়ার তার পক্ষে ডেঞ্জারাস। সো এরকমটা নয় কি লার্নিং খুব একটা ইজি প্রসেস। সো এআই কিভাবে শিখবো, এর উত্তরটা লুকিয়ে আছে তুমি নিজে কতখানি শিখতে চাও। আমি ধরেই নিচ্ছি তুমি স্টুডেন্ট, তুমি নিজে কতখানি শিখতে চাও। তোমার কি আজকের উপস্থাপনা দেখে মনে হলো যে এআই তোমার এডুকেশন বা রিসার্চের ক্ষেত্রে কোনো কাজে লাগতে পারে? যদি মনে হয় তাহলে যে টুলগুলি আমরা এখানে ডিসকাস করলাম, ইউ ক্যান স্টার্ট উইথ দোজ টুলস। গুগল সার্চের সাথে এআই সার্চের কি ডিফারেন্স, কোনটা তোমাকে বেশি সুবিধা দিচ্ছে, এআই জেনারেটেড যে রিভিউ বা কোশ্চেন আনসার সেইগুলি কি টেক্সট বইয়ের চেয়ে বেটার হচ্ছে না টেক্সট বইয়ের চেয়ে কোথায় কম হচ্ছে, এরকম কয়েকটা তুমি স্যাম্পল করে দেখো যে প্রথমে এইগুলোর রেজাল্ট কি আসছে। যদি তুমি স্যাটিসফাইড হও তাহলে তো টুলসের কোনো অভাব নেই। আমি তোমাদেরকে পরবর্তীকালে আমি স্লাইডটা শেয়ার করতে পারি, আমি একটা লিস্ট দিতে পারি যেখানে তুমি দেখবে হিউজ নাম্বার অফ টুলস আছে, যেখানে তুমি গ্রামার চেক করতে পারবে, প্রপারলি সিস্টেমটাকে রিরাইট করতে পারবে, তোমার কোনো একটা আনসারের কারেক্টনেস অফ দ্য গ্রামার, কারেক্টনেস অফ পাংচুয়েশন ইউজ, এভরিথিং ইউ ক্যান ডু বেসড অন এআই। সো প্রচুর টুল আছে, শুধু টুলগুলি একের পর এক দেখিয়ে যাওয়ার কোনো মানে হয় না। আমি চাইছিলাম যে প্রিন্সিপালটা বোঝো কিভাবে এআই কাজ করে, কোথায় এর লিমিটেশনটা হতে পারে, কোন কিসের জন্য আমি কোনটাকে ব্যবহার করব। এই জিনিসগুলো যদি তুমি একটু ইন্টারেস্ট নাও, তাহলে টুল শেখা কিন্তু খুব একটা কঠিন কাজ কিছু নয়। মোস্ট অফ দিস টুলস তোমাকে আপলোড করতে হয়, রেজাল্ট দেখতে হয়, রেজাল্ট ডাউনলোড করতে হয়। সো ইটস মিন্ট ফর এন্ড ইউজার, নট আ ভেরি টেকনিক্যাল থিং। কিন্তু তোমাকে বুঝতে হবে, যেটা জাজমেন্টটা প্রয়োগ করতে হবে, যে কোন জায়গাতে আমি কোন টুলটাকে ব্যবহার করব। সো গ্রাফিক্সের জন্য কোন টুল, কম্পিউটার ভিশনের জন্য কোন টুল, লিস্ট অফ টুলস তো তুমি যে কোনো জায়গা থেকে পেয়ে যাবে। আমিও তোমাদেরকে শেয়ার করতে পারি যেগুলি আমি আমাদের স্টুডেন্টদেরকে বলি ব্যবহার করতে। সো ইউ ফার্স্ট ক্রিয়েট ইন্টারেস্ট ইনসাইড ইউ, দেন রেস্ট অফ দ্য থিংস উইল বি ইজি।
Thank you, sir. I think you have got your answer, whoever has asked the question. So the second question is, does email come under supervised learning?
It's a very good question actually. Yes, it is coming under supervised learning in the sense there are lots of levels to whom you are sending. So that is a particular field, receiver, then sender, who is sending it, then subject line, you are giving a brief summary of the content. So definitely you are giving label data. When you are sending email to somebody, you are giving raw text, but that text with labeled with little bit of metadata, sender, receiver, subject, etc., date stamp. So yes, it's label data.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Gourango Mondal he praises you and thanks you for such an informative talk. He wrote, "It's informative as always with a love." And so this is the last but inevitable part of today's webinar. I'd request our IQAC convener, Dr. Jayantu Vishwas, to deliver the vote of thanks. And one most important thing, that is in our chat box, the feedback form is there. You please fill up the feedback form. The certificate will be emailed back to you. Thanking all of you, and especially to our today's honorable speaker for such an engrossing talk. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Jayanta.
Bye. See you.
Bye, sir. Jayanta, over to you.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is my honor and privilege to deliver the vote of thanks at the conclusion of today's insightful webinar on AI in research and education. First and foremost, I would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed speaker, Professor Dr. Parthasarathi Mukhopadhyay, Library and Information Science Department, University of Kalyani, for taking the time to share such thought-provoking insights. Sir, your expertise in the field of artificial intelligence and its application in academic and research domains has truly expanded our perspectives. Thank you for highlighting not just the potential but also responsibilities that come with integrating AI into our educational and research systems. A sincere thanks to our OIC ma'am, Research Cell and IQAC for organizing this webinar on this burning topic, and Dr. Bholanath Pakhira and Dr. Sheikh Zairuddin for giving technical support behind the scenes to ensure this webinar ran smoothly, from coordinating schedules to managing the digital platform seamlessly. Thanks to the respected faculty, researchers, and other participants from various institutions for your presence and engagement. Your thoughtful questions and active participation made this session dynamic and meaningful. We hope today's discussion has sparked curiosity, inspired collaboration, and encouraged all of us to continue exploring how AI can empower learning and innovation in ethical, inclusive, and transformative ways. Lastly, thank to all once again for bearing a part of this enriching experience. Let us continue the conversation beyond this event and apply what we have learned to shape a better future in research and education through AI. Stay safe, stay inspired. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you all.